my name is Mardirosy, and today we will be revisiting the Journalism Club's interview with Mr. Mardirosy from 2018 to see how his answers may change over time.
Hello, my name is Cindy Sargisian, and today I'm interviewing Mr. Zada. Hello, how are you?
Hi, doing well, thank you.
What can you tell us about yourself?
I'm an Armenian math teacher, very interested about my community, and also have experience about 6 years teaching math. So it's almost like 2 years now. This is the second year that I'm teaching in AGP.
And what encouraged you to teach at AGPU?
Working with kids and smart students is always a kind of pleasure.
Kind of being in a community that is more familiar with my culture, maybe, my language.
And if you weren't teaching math, what subject would you teach?
Since physics and math are kind of connected, physics is like applied math, so I would say I would teach maybe physics, because it's very close to math.
Physics, because it's a kind of application of mathematics.
What do you like to do on your free time?
Cycling, swimming, hiking, running, playing soccer with friends.
If I have a whole day, probably hiking or cycling, biking. Shorter time, like swimming, watching movie maybe.
How do you motivate struggling students?
Usually I try to help them with giving an example in real world problems, like application of mathematics, how it's related to their daily life. So in that way they can see like the kind of like a game they have to overcome, or they have to do the kind of plan to overcome the issue that they're facing.
For struggling students, I would ask them to kind of trying to enjoy their time when they're studying and put their all effort. And regardless of the first result or second, if they keep and being consistent, they're gonna see the result like gradually and step by step. They don't need to rush.
What are some of the difficulties you face as a math teacher?
The difficult part of, I would say maybe for most of teachers, but for math, the difficult part I would say, since most of students, even the parents, they always think that math is hard.
They say, math is hard stuff.
So as a math teacher, my job is first I have to convince them that math is not hard.
Math is not hard.
It's all about this practice.
You just have to practice.
If you practice more, it's not hard at all. It's like other subjects. You can get it, you can enjoy it.
Finally, how do you encourage the practical use of your lessons in your students' daily lives?
So, as I said, like most of the time, I try to, because nowadays like most of the kids are playing games, video games. I try to kind of find a a game that is related to math. Could be like, for example, coordinate system. If they want to like design their own game, so they have to know like the coordinate in order to know the kind of relocation of the places. So the best way right now is like getting closer to them by knowing the kind of games that they're playing.
So when we do the examples basically in class, I try to put some examples that are kind of related to their daily life, since it's math, like let's say working with percentage, the discount amount. So they see in their everyday life. So I'm asking them to kind of think about the real situation and then ask them to solve that kind of problems.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mardirosy, for letting us interview today.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.